recipe. Heard they talking like I can't let Ken Wallace get ahead of me.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready?
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. This defense for the Niners, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now a dump off here complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Tua now on first down. He sets to fire deep. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 11 yards for number 11.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. From midfield, here's Tua. They'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. against the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the number 8 rusher in the NFL last season, it's Elijah Mitchell. And he's going to have the Niners first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The Niners at 7-4 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
13 yards there, the Niner first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle, 43 yards. And the Niners are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And a completion to Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Tua. And this is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And Lance will try again on 2nd down. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
1st down, here's Mitchell. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And this complete to Mitchell. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Able to haul it in is Kittle. Touchdown! George Kittle. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have now moved out in front. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell from 6 yards away. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now it's blocked. This is going and he's into the clear. He's at the 50. the 30, 10, and he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll work this down inside the 30. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw, because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
Looking to pass. Tua. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 70. And the Dolphins are back within a couple of the lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Lance on target to Samuel for a Niner first. Now Lance. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Elijah Mitchell with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on second down. Tua. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. To his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Tua sets up to pass it. Looking deep downfield. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Lance. Looking left side of he's got a man. That's Mitchell. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. It's caught. Mitchell. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Another run with Mitchell.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient. Followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel from 17 yards out.
And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Tua going to throw. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. It's a big play there for Miami. 63 yards.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far. But you got to figure when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's pass off the mark, incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And Lance now to throw.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
On play action, Lance.
And the grab by Croft. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
Now Hill to return it.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season.
And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. That they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taken in at the 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Ready. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
First target, first catch, and a first down. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the 49ers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Black Ultra. Green Jack.
Lance going to try to throw for this. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one's pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Open net is Waddle, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Lance now on first down. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. That one looks like he'll throw here. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you that.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Here's Tua. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He's going to try and go deep again. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Jalen Waddle, 30 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
On first down, Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off, Byron Jones. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Play action. Now it's Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Tua. And now here is another interception.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Gold with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the 49ers, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.